What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another pregame show with the Chicago Bears and the Saints. We're going to get you ready for week 8. And the Bears have a huge game today against the New Orleans Saints. It is none other than Nick Foles against Drew Brees. Fellas, how are we feeling about this game as we start to wait for people to join on in?
Well, I'm reporting live from Austin's dining room table here. I know we've been switching up the backgrounds. And this Friday for the All-22 show, Austin was in my basement. Now we switched it up, and I'm at his dining room table. But big game today against the Saints. It's a statement game. We'll talk a little bit more about how confident we are. But, if the Bears pull out with a win here, they're all the way back after a really bad showing against the Rams last Monday.
Ryan, how are you doing?
Man, I'm stuck between being realistic and wanting to pump everybody up. Honestly,
no, one of us.
I've been doing a lot of stats this week, and the Bears are just really not looking good in everything that I do. Granted, I've been doing offensive stats. Maybe I need to switch to doing more defense stuff.
We're going to get a 2006 game today where the defense and the special teams score because you know who's back. You know who's back.
Oh,
you know who's on the team today.
Punt return is
all right. Hold on. Before I get into this, because I'm going to get into it, I'm bringing in a new age of punting. But I want to get as many people as we can in here before I do this. Harvey's calling us out right now. Blake, want to explain why we're late right now?
Well, here's the story. So let's start all the way from the beginning here. I leave my house to come here to Austin's, and I'm with my girlfriend Steph, and we're trying to get some Starbucks here a little bit before I drop her off, and get to the front of the line at the Starbucks card, and it turns out that my debit card actually expires at 10/31 of 2020. So as you guys may know, it's November 1st of 2020 now, and my debit card got declined. So I'm sitting there at the front of the Starbucks line holding everybody up, trying to figure out how I'm going to pay for it. Shout out to Starbucks baristas, gave it to me for free because I literally had no way to pay. So I'm going to go back there tomorrow, make it up to them. But that's why we're late today. It's all on me. I take 100% of that. I'm going to do the opposite of Matt Nagy, where Matt Nagy's searching for answers.
Yeah,
I'm going to take full responsibility for my actions. And I hope Matt Nagy's going to do it here soon. But also, I want to bring up, before we get more people in the chat here, your guys' Halloween, your candy. Bro, I feel like you missed out on some of the goats. Like
Pop Rocks, you weren't here.
Pop Rocks are in the top 3?
Pop Rocks is so garbage. I don't understand why that's in the
Get
top
out of here with that.
Raul, I don't know if you're watching out there, but Raul, Pop Rocks is your number 1 candy. Is horrible.
Did you hear his reason?
Well, you got to hear
I did not hear the reason, but I
go
know
ahead, Ryan.
The reason.
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
No. Austin, you go ahead. I have two ladies in the room with me. I'd rather not.
Uh-oh.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Well, basically, Raul said the sexual reason because of Pop Rocks and what they do.
That's what I mean. I guess if that works for you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying.
But you had Pop Rocks. It's still number 2, didn't you, Austin?
3 or something.
3?
It's just like a child. Like whenever I got Pop Rocks, I got so pumped. And my mom's like, "Be careful! There's a pandemic going around that people are putting drugs in Pop Rocks,
putting crack in Pop
Rocks."
Rocks.
That's why I love them.
That's the most meatball. I'm trying to figure out where to look. That's the most meatball take. Nobody is going to put their hard-earned drugs inside
not only
of kids' candy.
Open up the Pop Rocks, but they're going to put crack in it, and then they're going to reseal the bag.
It by a sealer.
That's some next level scumbaggery.
Well,
yeah, I mean, if you're doing that, you just hate the world.
Supposedly it was happening.
It's like those videos where like there's this one, it's like a joke video, but they're putting like staples and like nails and candy bars and stuff like that. You ever seen that video? I'll pull it up for you guys at some point here. But
no, that would really hurt.
I saw stuff where in Colorado they were putting edibles in kids' bags, and I was like, shit,
they should have like a Halloween for that.
I've been trick-or-treating at the wrong places as a kid.
Honestly, I'm saying, man.
Jesus. Mom, why do I feel funny?
I live in Tennessee, let it be known. This is all hypothetical.
Yeah, it's a dry state, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss, dude. All right, real quick, guys, before we get the show started, show on the road, high confidence levels today. Give me 1 through 10. Granted, I already know the score predictions, but give me your confidence.
I got like 2.5.
Oh my god,
confidence.
2 1/3.
I'm gonna go. Yesterday, if you would have asked me, it would have been like around where Blake is. I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
A 4? Okay.
I'm gonna give it a
10, and we're going out of 5.
Out of 10. I'm only giving it a 5 today because of the weather. I think the weather is gonna help.
That's good.
I do think
weather.
So. I do think so.
Cold weather, baby.
And Drew Brees can't throw like more than 5 yards past the line of scrimmage anymore. So just
7. How do you count us out? Did you watch last week where the Bears went up against a superior coach in Sean McVay and did dance circles around him? They're going against Sean Payton today. That's why my confidence level's at a 2.
Bears don't have good luck against Sean.
Yeah, and we got to go up against Taysom Hill, Kamara, and
Taysom Hill. That's the first one you say out of all those guys?
Kamara, Murray, and Taysom Hill. I'm sorry, that's the first one that I said. But yeah, you guys know what I'm saying.
Kamara is the biggest dude. He terrifies me today. I'm absolutely terrified of Kamara because like he's gonna make Danny T look like just a fool out there. Danny T's gonna have to pick his ankles up off the 50-yard line at one point.
And Latavius Murray too, because like Latavius Murray is not a bad running back either. And I think back to Soldier Field last year where Latavius Murray just ran wild against the Bears. I think he had over like 120 yards, a couple touchdowns against them.
Yeah, it was bad. Last game was bad. We don't like to think about that. All right, let's. Holy shit, the chat's live.
The chat is bumping right now.
Holy shit. All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm going to start the show off by a very special way. Austin, your name is not Mike. Thank you, Josh. That's my Twitter handle.
It's definitely Mike.
It's one of my best friends. All right, Devin Hester, guys. Last week, this literally before the game, he broke his neck. Okay, right here, broke his neck. The Bears punt return game was terrible, but now I'm happy to say, thanks to my buddy Luke, I have another one.
Whoa!
Dwayne Harris just got signed. I'm opening up a brand new bobblehead.
Unboxing video.
This is an unboxing video. And the Bears are bringing in a new age of punt returning.
Hey, is that authentic size, Ryan?
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, I'm just a giant.
So, fellas, I'm bringing in – look at his ear, though. Oh, God, his ear. Whoever did this painting. His ear. So, it's a new age of Bears punt returning. Dwayne Harris is on the active roster. And I'm bringing in a brand new bobblehead.
They did Hester dirty with those bobbleheads, making him look like James Brown like that.
Just so many. But we're in. We're ready to go. Devin Hester is ready. My Devin Hester bobblehead is ready, and Dwayne Harris is ready. Meatball take to start off the show. I'm predicting a punt return today from Dwayne Harris.
I'm predicting at least 2 of them get caught
in honor
and run back.
That's honestly a meatball take at this point. Will the Bears catch 2 punts
back? Yeah, well, will the Bears catch 1 punt?
Oh, whoops. Josh is with you there. Dwayne Harris to the house this week. If Dwayne Harris cribs one today, that'll be more production out of 1 punt return than the Bears have had almost the entire season.
On the offense. Yeah.
Hey, I want to put a comment on the screen real quick. Shout out to Jeff for the next level strats. This is how real ones do it. Real ones wait until the day after Halloween and go to the Walgreens or the Walmart or your local establishment. And they always got that big cart or just that big thing full of Halloween candy. That's how you do it. That's big man strats right there.
Good stuff, Jeff. And Jeff is a loyal listener. He's been with us since our previous podcast days. So shout out, Jeff. Big shout out, Jeff.
Big shout out to Jeff.
And Trey knows too. I see Trey gets it. I've been seeing him on Twitter, and he gets it. He's got some good takes out there. Trey, we appreciate you, man.
These guys are playing chess while the rest of us playing checkers.
That's
on
what I'm
Halloween.
saying.
Playing the long game on Halloween.
All right, guys, we got a lot of things coming today. New segments. We got our own weatherman who's going to let us know what the weather is like outside during the show. Of course, we got our meatball takes later. Ryan's going to go over the Staley picks. I got a Staley Sunday. I'm going for Staley Sunday parlay. I'm going for 3 in a row. And then we're going to give our predictions at the end of the game. But let's start it off. Bears Saints. I think we already talked about the Bears news. Dwayne Harris signed, being called up. In other Bears news, not a single offensive lineman was signed. Coward's going to be on the field again. Mustipher starting. This is going to be interesting. But let's get right into it. Bears news, Bears injury report. I think everybody's somewhat healthy today besides Cody Whitehair. So how are we feeling about Sam Mustipher on the field?
I don't know. I guess it wasn't horrible last week versus the Rams, but
he looked fine on his few snaps.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time though, it's like you don't really know what you got on him. It's a guy that's played very limited snaps, and the Saints defense is a pretty good one. So I'm not really 100% sure. If he does come out and he performs, that's big for the Bears because the Bears need all the offensive line help they can get. And this just gives you a little bit more versatility because if you have an option to where Sam Mustipher can play center and you could bump Cody Whitehair to guard to get Rashad Coward out of the starting lineup, I think that's best case scenario because as we saw last week, Rashad Coward just is not a starter in the NFL. He just does not look the part. He can't block in the run game. He's not a great pass blocker. He's a liability to have in the game. So, I mean, if you get a guy that can provide a bump to that offensive line, I mean, that's going to help everything.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, we hope that he provides a bump to the offensive line. Preferably, ideally, he does well, and then Cody Whitehair comes back, and then they move Whitehair as to guard or Mustipher to guard, and Coward is gone because That was bad. Look at Josh is saying it, but hearing Coward's name is worse than Baltimore at this point.
Do we call Coward he who shan't be named?
Baltimore.
Yeah, like do you just start pulling that out? He who shan't be named on this podcast anymore. But yeah, Coward is just looking like
Coward.
He's looking like
He's looking like a defensive tackle that got converted to a guard. That's exactly what he's looking like.
Yeah.
Hey, can we talk about though? How is he beating Alex Bars in practice? He must be doing something in practice. Apparently, though, the Bears are the best practice team in the world because for the last 2 years, it's been in practice we're looking good. I liked our energy. I thought we were moving the ball down the field, but we just can't put it together on game day. So apparently the Bears at Hallis Hall are just gods, and they just step on a football field with cameras on them, and they turn into fucking peewee league.
That's the old Mark Trestman thing too. I feel like we've been hearing that for years too. That's not just like a Matt Nagy or a John Fox. Like you go back all the way to 2013, and that's what Mark Trestman is saying. Had a great week of practice. Thought our guys were ready to go. Thought our game plan was good, and here it's just typical Bears stuff. So I mean, hopefully the practice.
Doesn't that mean that you're a bad coach?
Like that's what you would think, right?
Like if you look good in practice, but then you get the absolute breaks beat off of you in a game, like doesn't
that's all coaching because you're getting out coached, scheme wise, play wise, consistency,
play calling wise. It's
hey Ryan, I was actually going to ask you. You dropped a couple sweet graphs this week talking about the Bears offense.
Yes, sir.
Wasn't didn't I see Mark Trestman had a better offense than Matt Nagy?
So in expected points average per play or expected points added per play, yes, it was quite a bit higher, honestly. But there was only 2 years in the last 20 years that the Bears have had positive points added per play.
Yeah, Trestman did have the biggest drop off though. He had that one good year and then dropped all the way down underneath.
So pretty much. But the scary thing is, and if I am logged into Twitter on here, I can put it on the screen.
Like, let's not forget that 2013 season too, because that 2013 season, the Bears offense was going crazy, man. I mean, even Josh McCown, that's the year that Josh McCown's career got revived. And he had that stretch of games where I think he went like 3-1, 4-1, won like player of the week against the Cowboys. Yeah, number 3 there. Trey on it today, man. But number 3 in points per game. And like that year was just an absolute anomaly because Alshon Jeffrey had like 2 200-yard games. That was like one of the I think Brandon Marshall went over 1,000 yards the year before that, but prior to that, that was the Bears stretch of wide receivers where they didn't have an 1,000-yard wide receiver for almost 10 years, and then that year they had 2 of them. So that year was like bizarro world Bears football.
Okay,
yeah,
I got the. I'm
ahead.
gonna throw it on the screen here, if I can. Oh.
And Usaid, I think Josh McCown signed with the Bears after being out of the league, I think, in the 2013 or 2012 season, and that's kind of how he made his comeback. But he did. I mean, he's a journeyman. He definitely played for the Browns. But I thought that maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that was like his resurgence with the Bears.
Peep the drop off between.
He lit up the Browns. Or you're saying he lit up the Browns? I thought you said he lit it up for the Browns. My bad. That's my bad.
Peep the drop off between Trestman and his second year and Matt Nagy in his second year. Like it's looking like carbon copies.
Oof.
But if we look at the defense, that's where it's kind of different because
that's Ryan Pace though. That's not Matt Nagy.
That's true. But look at this. Like Trestman had 2 of like the Bears' worst the 2 worst Bears defenses in the last 20 years. Nagy has
Mel
had
Tucker defense, baby.
Bro, look at these Lovey defenses. Like there was 1 year where he had a bad defense, and every other year it just was amazing. What happened in 2009? What was
Oh my God, look at Mark Trestman.
Is that the year Urlacher broke his wrist in week 1 against the Packers, or am I wrong?
I don't know. I can't really remember. That was a long time ago.
I know that's wet, dude. When you it's crazy thinking back on 2009 being remember watching those games, but it's over a decade ago. It kind of blows my mind a little bit.
It's like
I was in Pennsylvania. My dad refused. We were in Pennsylvania at this time. And my dad refused to get Sunday ticket because of how bad they were.
I think this was the game where I think Urlacher was out for the year because they lost to Green Bay in week 1, and I'm almost positive it just set the tone for the rest of the year because Urlacher was out.
Well, dude,
yeah,
it's
that's probably it.
What came to my mind the most when making these graphs is why was Lovey fired again? Like his offenses were never great, but Lovey's defense is fucked. And we were 10-6 when he got fired. So it's what was going on?
And then we're just chasing that for the next 10 years.
Yeah, and I'll pull up the defense one more time. We're getting back to, if you look at these last 2 years here, like we're getting back to quote unquote Bears football. But like I don't think Bears football works anymore because if you look, these black dots are the league average every year.
Yeah.
So Bears are normally under average, but look, the league is going up in like being more offensive of a league. So it's like, can defense really do that much if teams are getting that much better?
Yeah, and Usain did say Urlacher broke his wrist breaking up a pass.
Yeah,
that's right.
All right, let's move on here because we got a lot of shit to cover today.
Technical difficulties on the Lakeshore Live.
Technical difficulties. Austin's in the other room. I can hear him talking. It will give him a second here, but keep it rolling here. Let's talk a little bit about the offensive keys of the game while we wait for Austin to reconnect here. I mean, it's going to be a windy day, so I think it's going to be really hard to pass the ball. And it sounds like Nick Foles has the most arm strength in the world. So I think it's like almost 35 to 40 mile per hour winds they were talking about today down by the lake. So that's going to be really tough. And then
down by the lake.
Down by the
lake.
Yes, sir.
Well, dude, that's scary. That's terrifying because like we can't run the ball. What are we supposed to do? You remember Nick Foles against the Bears in that playoff game? Like how many dead ducks he threw?
Yeah,
across the field. Like I don't know, man. I want to be positive. I really do, but like it's hard to at this point. Hey,
yeah, there he is.
Trash ass Wi-Fi. We need the offense to win today. That's big. We do need the offense to win. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll see. All right,
we're not keys to the game here, Austin. If you want to give your
we're not. Well, we got to get into the game first, right? The injury report real quick. Saints gonna be without Michael Thomas, which is terrible for my fantasy team because whatever. But it's good for the Bears. Hamstring. He hurt his hamstring, then hurt his ankle and hamstring. I think Marquez Callaway, who played really well last week, is also out, the wide receiver, and then their OL Nick Eason is out. This is the game. If they're gonna beat one of Titans, Saints, and then last week obviously lost to the Rams, if they're gonna be one of these three teams, this is the game. They have to beat the Saints. This is the team. This is the game. So talking about the Saints, talking about the keys to the victory here, keys to the game to win on offense has to start on the ground. You're going to have to run the ball a lot today. And Matt Nagy, you cannot shy away from the run when it's not working. You can't only run on first down. You can't only run on second down. You got to keep running the ball. As our good friend of the podcast and the late Andy Heck, who unfortunately recently just passed away, we miss you, Andy. We love you. He would always say, keep running the ball. It's very predictive. They only run on first down, and Andy is right. We got to run the ball. We got to
burn the visors. We got to shit on the visors.
We got to burn the visors for Andy, baby. We got to burn the visors. If Matt Nagy keeps fucking up, we got to burn the visors. But keys to the game, run the ball, and then let's get the ball. Let's I don't know. I don't even know how to. Let's get Mooney the ball in space. That's it. Run the ball.
Honestly,
let's get Darnell Mooney the ball in space. I think everybody wants to see it. We're not taking our skill position guys and we're not putting them in. Trey gets it. That's on defense, but we're doing offense now. But I totally agree with you.
Are you confident though in the Bears to get the running game going today though? Because
no, but when I say run game, it's swing passes to Cordell Patterson. It's jet sweeps to Anthony Miller,
or run some fucking wide receiver screens to help out your line a little bit.
These teams that when the run is not working, they find ways to make the run work on these short pass plays, these screen pass plays. You can't go away from the run though.
You can't run up the middle directly at the defensive line with a running back who
don't run at Cam Jordan. I don't understand. Just run away from them.
Dude, Monty does not run through a hole like Jordan Howard. He's one of those patient backs, and that shit's not working with our run scheme. No. So it's like as soon as Matt Nagy runs it twice up the middle for no gain, he's like, well, fuck, we got to start throwing bombs down the field. 5-step, 7-step drops with an offensive line that can't block for more than a second and a half.
Well, go ahead, finish your thought.
I was pretty much finished.
Well, and then my last key to the game here was just quick passes, get the ball in Nick Foles' hands because, as always, any defensive line that plays the Bears, they're going to eat. We made Leonard Floyd look like God last week, so get the ball out quick.
Hungry.
We need to eat on the middle of the field with Kmet today. Give Kmet snaps. Get Demetrius Harris off of my fucking field. And also,
Demetrius Harris is a great blocker, though. We need him for the run game for sure.
I don't know.
You definitely got to pick.
We definitely need him for run game.
There's no reason that Demetrius Harris should finish with more targets than Cole Kmet at this point.
100%.
No, there's no reason for it. And it still blows my mind that last week Cole Kmet finished with more snaps than Demetrius Harris, because I'd be interested to look at like the deep stats and then like yards or like routes run and everything like that, because it seemed like Demetrius Harris was out there running routes and getting targets almost every time he was on the field. And then, you have those 2 big plays to Cole Kmet and they pull him off the field. So, finishing this the offensive keys to the game here in the running game and everything. Like Matt Nagy has to be creative with it, and he has to be willing to be creative with it. No like fancy stuff, like that means giving David Montgomery the ball on first down, but sticking with David Montgomery, not pulling him. I don't know if anybody here tuned into our All 22 show this past Friday, but me and Austin saw even on the first play, like David Montgomery, I mean, it was only like a 2-3 yard gain, first play of the game, but then he immediately pulls David Montgomery and in comes Cordero Patterson. You know what I mean? So it's like, give your running back a chance to develop a rhythm here. And you're going to have to run the ball today to beat the Saints. And I'm
not on second and long. Don't give me any runs on second and long, Matt.
And be creative with it, run play action off your run sets. And that's something that it looked like they were doing with Mitchell Trubisky early on in the season. And they seem like they've gone completely away with it with Nick Foles. And I don't know if that's just stubborn Matt Nagy trying to make that same offense we saw last year work with a different quarterback or what. But, something has to change with that. And hopefully it is today. But the Saints have a good run defense too. So it's just, they need to get something going, and I'm not convinced that they're going to be able to do it, but if they do, then they'll have a chance to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan, hit us with this offensive play keys to the game, and then we'll go to our players of the game. Of course, chat, if you guys got keys to the game, throw them in there, then player of the game as we get into that. So Ryan,
am I offensive or defensive?
Defensive keys to the game, and then go right into defense, and then we'll go back around, and then we'll do keys to the game here.
Wait. I'm confused.
So offensive keys to the game.
Offensive into defensive. Okay.
Yes,
my bad.
Both. You're going to be doing both right now. Yes.
Offensive, number 1, give Kmet more snaps. Number 2, Monty, hit your fucking holes. Enough of the patient running. We need somebody to go through the holes and get at least 3 to 4 yards on your carries. And third is Matt Nagy, don't run on second and long. And in parentheses, don't get cute. Take what the defense gives you. Give us that coach speak. Stop giving us we look great in practice and say
I've never been here before. I've never been here before.
Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Bitch, you were in this situation last year. Defensive linebackers got to step up. The running defense, I mean, that's going to be the biggest thing since it's going to be a shitty day out down by the lake. So
down by the lake.
We're
down by the lake, down by the lake.
Not just for passing, but for the running game as well. So I mean, it's going to have to be clicking on all cylinders today to beat the Saints. That's really all there is to it.
Which is like, I feel like that's not a good thing because they're injured and we should at home beat them. But again, they got fucking Kamara is going to run all over us. It's going to be Sean Payton is going to have a heyday today. Bad feelings.
That's why I'm worried about this game is because last week we just saw Sean McVay coach circles around Matt Nagy. And now you have a guy that's just as good, if not better, in Sean Payton. So that worries me a lot. And that's the thing too is what do the Saints do best? It's their quick hit, short passing game. Drew Brees doesn't have the arm. Yeah, it's Alvin Kamara, it's Latavius Murray, it's throwing the ball underneath because Drew Brees doesn't have the arm strength he once did a few years ago. So like what they're going to do is they're going to get the ball out of his hands fast and they're going to run the football, and that's how you negate the pass rush. And that's what the Bears do best on defense right now.
Yep. And then for me, lastly before we move on, it's I have one defensive key to the game, and it's stopping Alvin Kamara. That's it. If you stop Alvin Kamara, honestly, I've never thought I'd say this. If you make Drew Brees throw the football today, I think you win the game. There's no reason why Traquan Smith, I mean, Jared Cook might be a problem, but other than that, there's no reason why Traquan Smith should be destroying the Bears offense. I don't even know who their other wide receivers are.
I don't know if y'all threw this on the screen yet, but Roquan, we have to tackle. That was the absolute worst thing this year so far has been the defense just forgetting how to tackle. Like, you're getting paid millions of dollars to play this game your entire life, and this is the best you can do.
Yeah, and the thing is like today, that's been an issue throughout the season, I think. Like the Bears defense has still been good, but the tackling sometimes seems to disappear when they get a little fatigued or whatever the situation is. But today, in the matchup against Alvin Kamara, there's maybe nobody better in the entire NFL at breaking tackles or having tacklers bounce off him than Alvin Kamara. The guy is he's a greaseball. People just fall right off him. So you're really going to have to wrap up and you're going to have to get off your blocks in order to stop that guy because he's one of the best in the league at it.
Yeah. It's going to be tough because you've got a lot of different options and ways that the Saints can come at you. And honestly, today to win, I think you're going to need a special teams or defensive touchdown. I really do think you're going to need that. And you're going to need turnovers in the Saints side of the field. That's how
I think that's going to be for every game for the rest of the year. We need a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, hopefully. This is the game that I said is when the offense is going to start clicking. So
it was last year too that Cordero Patterson had that amazing kick return with the amazing sky cam. Wasn't that against the Saints?
I think so. I'm not sure. Yeah. All right. Our weatherman's coming in soon. So before we get to that, we've got player of the game and then over under, and then we're going to bring our weatherman in. So guys, real quick, who are your players of the game for the Bears?
Ooh, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be that pessimistic guy, but like, I'm having trouble picking a player of the game just because like, everything has to go right for the Bears to win this game. And I'm just not convinced that that's going to happen. But if I have to pick somebody, offensively, I'm going to go with Allen Robinson. You know, he fought all week to get back from his concussion, got cleared yesterday. He's ready to go. He seems hungry. So you know what? I'll take a shot in the dark. I'll go Allen Robinson.
Hungry.
Yeah.
All right. For me, I got to go on the defensive side because I see a very low scoring game today. For me, it's going to be, give me Kyle Fuller, my preseason MVP of the Bears prediction. I think Kyle's going to have a big game today. I could see a pick or two, and not a lot of completions getting completed when thrown at. So I like Kyle Fuller today as my player of the game. Ryan, who you got?
It's going to have to be David Montgomery. I mean, he's going to have
he's going to
have to run, and he's going to have to run well.
I'm going to wear that jersey today. I'm going to wear Monty's jersey today. I think that's a good pick.
It's going to be, if we win, like Blake said, everybody's going to have to do great. And if we don't, it's going to be hard to pick a player of the game. But if everything goes right, David Montgomery's going to have a big game.
Yeah. And here's the thing too. We do have the Saints do have a less of actually not a great defense really. Especially up front. Obviously, they do have guys like Lattimore over there too, which I actually texted Darnell Mooney to cook. To tell him to cook Lattimore. So if he cooks Lattimore today, I'm going to be fucking hyped. That's going to be sick. But I think they'll have a little bit more time back there, and I think they'll be able to run the ball a little bit better. So we'll see. And here's another key. Don't fuck with the run game, man. It's 4th and 1. Montgomery is a beast in short yardage situations. Just give him the ball. Don't do Cordero Patterson bullshit. But all right, we're moving on from that because I'm so tired of that shit.
Incoming double reverse on 4th and 1 to Cordero
for real.
Patterson.
It's just so stupid. All right, over unders. Ryan's got them today, and then we're gonna get into our weatherman picks. So, chat, you guys know the deal. Let us know what you think on these over unders. I actually like this one. Sacks on Nick Foles over under 2.5. Blake, I'll start with you.
This is a depressing one because
this is a good one.
I tried to make him tough.
It is tough. God, the over. I guess.
Yeah, I got over too. It's going to be a defensive. It's going to be a defensive battle today. Trey's got over.
Unless our boy Sam Mustipher becomes the center who was promised.
All right, Austin's got the under. There you go, Austin. That's what I like to see.
Hey, if Mustipher comes in and looks good, and we can plug in Whitehair at guard, then that's going to take our offensive line up a whole fucking level.
I mean, whatever it takes to get Rashad Coward out of the game.
Get Rashad Coward off of my fucking team. Put him on the practice squad or something.
I like this one. I like this take. If you're going to bullshit with Mooney. I like that. Don't bullshit with Cordero Patterson. I like that take. But yeah, I would never want to say the words over under again.
Yeah, we got a lot of overs. Over under on the Ohio State.
We got a lot of overs.
Hey, all my Ohio State Penn State over under.
I missed that. What happened?
Sorry, Harvey.
You didn't see what? Okay, well, the over/under was at 63.5.
Penn State just
score finished at 38-25, so it was 63 total points. In the fourth quarter, Penn State didn't kick the extra point, went for 2 twice, didn't get it, and then Ohio State's kicker. Well, actually, so what happened is Penn State turned the ball over inside the 10, gave Ohio State a 1st and goal with 2 minutes. Mind you, this is after the missed 2-point conversions, and then Ohio State's kicker missed like a 25-yard field goal.
So that's what you meant whenever you said they took your heart out, stomped it, resuscitated it, put it back in, you took it out.
Notre Dame within the 5 to goal with 40 seconds left. They ran 2 plays on the 1 yard line and couldn't score to get the spread. So that was tough too. My buddy lost $180 parlay on that. All right, next one. This is interesting too. David Montgomery carries. Holy shit, this is high. Over under 20. When is the last time we saw a running back get 20 carries?
Hey, David Montgomery even had one game where he's had 20 carries in his career?
Has he had a game over 15 carries?
He did this year. I think he had a game where I think it was in his best game of the year where he had 16. But I don't know if he's ever pushed 20.
He had 14
what's the
last
chat?
week.
What do we got the chat? Chat's got under. Chat's got the under.
I've got
Who
the
else
over.
we got?
19 against Carolina, David Montgomery.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go. Man, the Bears got to get off early. I'm going to go. I got to go under on this. I'm sorry. Everybody's going under on
yeah,
this.
dude. This is
Everybody's
the
going
easiest
under.
If this was a bet, you have to lock it in because
Hey, no, look, I'm taking
All right,
I'm taking the
changing it.
over
I'm
because the odds
changing
are
it.
going to be really good on the over,
Hold
and
on,
the
Ryan,
weather's going to be a running game,
I'm
boys.
changing it. I'm changing it. All right. Oh, what? That's not what I just put. I just put 15. There we go. All right. Chat. Over under 15. Over under. Harvey's got the over regardless. All right. Over under 15. Sam's got the over. There we go, Sam.
Shout out SJ Steve 23.
All right. Over. How about 15, boys? Over under.
Over. Give me the over. Slam the over. Dunk it home.
I would probably go the over on this one too.
All right. Cool.
So somewhere in between 15 and 20 for you, Blake, is where you're feeling.
Yeah, I feel like there's no way that there's 20, but like you said, on a day like today, down by the lake, windy day, colder day, bear weather.
It's all on Matt Nagy, though, man. Did y'all see the press conference where he was like, "We looked into everything and we determined the play calling was not the problem." And I tweeted, I was like, "We've been looking at the sky all day and we've concluded that it's red." No,
Hey,
we're looking at the Saints.
What if the sole problem with the Bears' offense is just Rashad Coward?
That's impossible because we've been having problems for years. All right. Last over under Bears interception. Oh, is this Ryan?
This is a good number.
Is this
not Nick Foles, like the defense?
Okay. So Drew Brees interceptions over under 1.5. I would like to see 2 I'm going over. I would like to see 2 interceptions on this week. What we got, chat?
Crickets. All right, well, I'll jump in here.
What do you guys got, Mike?
This is tough, but
Trey's got the over.
Whatever. I'll take the over. Drew Brees, he's looking a little bit old here. It's a windy day. Doesn't have that arm strength. Some of the balls are going to get away from him. Bears picks all day. 2 over.
All right, I like it. Ryan, what you got?
Yeah, there's a growler in the fridge in the bottom of the beer leaf. Yeah.
Ryan, what you got?
I got sorry, I was getting some beer. I'll take the over. Fuck it. This is a show about the Bears. Give me the over. I want to see 2 picks. I want to see 2 picks and 2 fumbles, and then less than 2 fumbles by the Bears because I know there's gonna be 1.
I like this one from Harvey. Over 1.5 called back by penalties. That's a good one.
Over 1.5 call.
Under 1.5 hard throw. All right. Wait, I don't know. Let's see that one. What was that one?
Picks with. Yeah, that's true. Well, that's what I was saying.
True,
like,
Jake. That's a good point.
When they're throwing underneath like all that, like the pass rush isn't going to have a whole lot of time to get there. Because I mean, that's just what they do. We're just going to see a bunch of swing passes to Alvin Kamara.
All right. Those are over-unders. We got more chat participation later, but now it's time. We're going to check out the weather today, and we've got Hobo Sam coming in. This is our first time doing this. Hobo Sam coming in. Look at this shit. Hobo Sam to not only tell us about the weather, but then also tell us about his fantasy picks. Hobo Sam, take it away. What's the weather like today?
Hey, fellas, it's a cold one here in Chicago. Living on the streets of Chicago, it's a cold one. Well, let me tell you something right now. The sun is shining. Come look at this beautiful background of the weather.
Wow, look at that. Look at the foliage back there.
Look at the foliage.
The foliage.
Absolutely beautiful, but it's about a rough 37 degrees right now. It looks like it's going to be 37 and windy during game time. So you're definitely going to want your flannels. You're going to want your blankets. But otherwise, it's definitely Bears weather, boys.
That's what we love to hear. Bear weather, baby.
Love to see that. How are we feeling about bear weather today, boys?
Well, we're playing a dome team. Dome team can't handle no bear weather, right?
Absolutely
Dome
not.
team's afraid to leave their dome.
Uh-huh.
It's actually very cold outside. This is
You're not lying.
It's a little cold out. I actually need this blanket.
Method acting.
How windy is it out back right now, Sam? I see that little wind. What is that? A little windmill back there in your corner? Other shoulder.
We're in a secondary location right now, and yeah, it's a bit windy out. You know, a little chilly, but the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day to play some football.
What accent is that? That sounds European.
It's got like it's like Chicago plus Irish. It's got like a little
It's exactly what it is.
I love it. I
just combined the two things I know.
All right, that's our weather today. Freezing cold bear weather, 25 mile an hour winds. Sam is muscling out the cold right now. Hobo Sam. Do you want to go over your fantasy stardom sit-ems as well, or do you want to go inside for that?
No, we'll stay out here and break the cold.
All right,
It's
that's
fair
it.
weather.
That's what we
That's
Bears
it.
fans do. My first stardom is going to be Darrell Henderson. So the Rams clearly have their top running back in Henderson. The Rams are actually now 4th in run percentage this year, and the Dolphins, their opponent this week, have allowed the 8th most fantasy points this year. Henderson is a must play this week.
All right, Darrell Henderson. Do you any of you guys got Darrell Henderson, Blake?
I do not, unfortunately.
Honestly, that's a sleeper pick this year. So whoever had Darrell Henderson's doing pretty well. Nice, Sam. Very nice.
Me.
Very nice, Sam. All right, what's your first sit-em of the day?
I hate to say this, boys, but my sit-em's David Montgomery. I hate going against the Bears again, but Montgomery's fantasy value is plummeting. He's out of the top 25 running backs in fantasy, and the Saints don't let up that much to running backs. Plus, I don't trust this offensive line. Abysmal play calling. This all spells disaster for Montgomery's fantasy value this week. Could be wrong, but I'd sit him if you have any other options.
Shit, I don't have any other options. I'm playing him.
I don't either.
God bless. All right, Ryan, there goes your MVP. Blake, Sam's got sit him, but we're hoping for a monster game eventually. We're hoping for a monster game.
I'm not known for my predictions anyway, so.
All right, I'm gonna have to give up.
What do you mean? You made one of the best. You made one of the best predictors of all time.
Well, I'm not known for my fantasy and player predictions. I can do two.
Yeah. All right, Sam. Go ahead, Sam. What's your stardom?
I was gonna say I need to stop with this accent.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
My other stardom this week is gonna be Carson Wentz. If Kyle Allen and the Washington football team can put up double digits against this Cowboys defense, Wentz can as well. The Dallas defense looks like Swiss cheese, and despite losing Deshaun Jackson, Wentz has averaged 21 fantasy points in 4 of his last outings. Wentz is a sneaky play at quarterback this week.
And I got Wentz because Murray's on a bye. Let's go, Carson. What a week to have Murray on a bye. I love it. And the Eagles are looking like, I mean, the Bears make the playoffs as a 5 seed. Looks like the Bears might be playing the Eagles in Philadelphia. So
terrifying.
We don't win in Philly, so that's tough. All right. What's your next sit-em before we get into your fall stardom sit-ems?
My last sit-em is going to be Ben Roethlisberger. Big Ben has not done anything special against the Ravens. The Ravens defense has only allowed 2 fantasy quarterbacks 20-plus points. Those quarterbacks are Patrick Mahomes and Carson Wentz. I feel like this game is going to be an absolute slugfest. You should avoid Big Ben at all costs this week.
All right. I mean, if your one quarterback is Big Ben, you might have some issues. So hopefully you have a backup there.
Pick up Foles.
Well, yeah. Pick up Foles. That'd be a tough one.
I'm going to the sun. I can't see myself.
All right, Sam, and you sound like you're getting a little quick. I hear your nose dripping and everything too. So.
The allergies are getting bad out here. But
allergies.
we're gonna wrap things up here.
All right,
my fall stardom is Halloween candy. Hey Sam, isn't Halloween over? Yes, but here's the thing: candy's going to be on sale at grocery stores. That's the thing, Ryan. I knew it was going to get connected. Plus, there wasn't a lot of trick-or-treaters this year, so if you loaded up on candy early, you can stash it out until Thanksgiving. Which, speaking of Thanksgiving, that connects to my sit-em. My sit-em is Christmas music before Thanksgiving.
Ooh,
listen here.
Okay.
Yes.
Did Thanksgiving die? No. Why do people feel the need to push Christmas music so early on to us? It's my favorite holiday, but even I can only listen to Rudolph so many times before I lose my mind. I don't know how convenience workers deal with it. Thanksgiving is criminally underrated as well. You got family, food, and football. There's really not a better combination than that.
Dude, yes.
Jingle your bells out of here until November 26th. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm all in on that, baby.
Not even a little bit of Buble, a little bit of Nat King Cole.
Yeah, not a November 1st.
Well, look,
I think as soon as Thanksgiving's over, it's all in on Christmas.
It elevates the Thanksgiving meal. Like, you've seen Christmas Vacation. They're having Thanksgiving. Well, I guess they're having Christmas meal. But
is there Thanksgiving music?
That Michael Bublé
album?
What?
Let's make a Thanksgiving album. Lakeshore Live Thanksgiving. They got Halloween music. They got Christmas music. Where's the Thanksgiving music, bro?
We can make heartbreak songs about the Bears losing.
Yeah, dude.
Or winning if we play the Lions again on Thanksgiving.
You could drop a whole album about the Bears losing.
Honestly,
hey, can I just throw in a little? Can I pepper in a little spice for us real quick?
Of course.
Walter Payton died on this day in 1999, so I think his spirit is going to live through Montgomery today.
Let's hope. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Sweetness.
R.I.P. baby.
I think that Montgomery, the spirit the spirit of sweetness is gonna get into Montgomery today.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that take.
All right, Hobo Sam, thanks for coming in. We'll have you in every weekend that you can. That was a lot of fun. Stardom
warm out
Sims
there.
and the weather report. Stay warm, Hobo Sam. Don't die in the streets there. We need you next week.
Thank you, fellas. Go Bears.
Go Bears. That was great. That was great.
good.
We love Sam. That was awesome.
Awesome
All right.
segment there.
That was fun. All right. It is time for Staley's picks. Ryan, you know what it is. We're going to be going through Staley's picks and then the Staley's surefire selections. So let's get into it.
Let me pull up the picks real quick. Somebody sing a song for me while I pull these up.
Pull up the Staley picks.
Sure.
We're going to win you some money today. Just make sure that you don't bet your paycheck and you bet at your own risk.
Oh, that is beautiful.
We're going to win you some
Yep.
money.
I'm
Win,
real
win,
close to
win.
getting these up. Just one
Win you
second.
some money.
Yep. Just keep on. Just
And
okay. All right. Let me stop sharing my screen on here because it's slowing my computer down. Okay. So, Staley is 1-0 this week. So far, he picked the Falcons over the Panthers. Let's see. You want me to just go straight down my list here?
Yep, just go straight down the list.
Bills over the Patriots, 3 out of 5. Surefire selection number 1, Titans over the Bengals. Raiders over the Browns, 3 out of 5. Lions over the Colts, 3 out of 5. I low-key like that pick. Packers over the Vikings, 5 out of 5. That's our second surefire selection. Third surefire selection is Chiefs over the Jets. I mean, that's a pretty easy one. 3 out of 5, Dolphins over the Rams. I thought that was kind of bold.
But Tua is starting today. Don't forget, it's Tua day today. So who knows?
Surefire selection, Chargers over the Broncos. Let's see. 4 out of 5 say the Saints over the Bears.
Chargers and the Broncos.
Do what?
Chargers.
Is that in LA or in Denver?
It's in Denver.
It's in Denver.
I'm sorry, then go ahead. What was the next one?
4 out of 5, Saints over the Bears.
Ooh,
Staley. 3 out of 5, 49ers over the Seahawks. 5 out of 5, Eagles over the Cowboys. That's our last surefire selection. 3 out of 5, Ravens over the Steelers. And 5 out of 5, Bucks over the Giants. I said that was our last surefire selection for the Eagles, but it was not. I lied.
All right, so you guys got the Staley selections now. Colts -3 has to be a lock. I don't know. I'd stay away from the.
I stay away from betting any
Colts.
Lions games at all because
because we never know what team shows up. All right, here's my Staley Sunday my Staley Sunday parlay. We're going for 3 in a row. Okay, and I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm adding a spread in here. Okay, so I got the Chiefs. I got the Chargers -3. I think Justin Herbert's been killing it, and I don't think Drew Lock's going to be able to move the ball. I got Eagles, Titans, Bucks, Packers. So all 6 surefire selections coupled with the Chargers -3. It is a nice plus 450 parlay. You put $20 on it, you win 90. We're going for 3 in a row, and then we're going to be rolling into next week if we win this one. So Chiefs, Chargers -3, Eagles, Titans, Bucks, Packers is my Staley Sunday parlay. Ryan, you got a big balls parlay that pays out really well. Let the people know what it is because I'll be writing that as well.
Ooh, let me. I gotta log in. I forgot you have to log in every time you get.
It's okay. It's Steelers. It's 49ers money line, Steelers money line.
Okay, yeah. So active. We got Raiders over the Browns.
That's it.
Money line. Steelers over the Ravens money line, and 49ers over the Seahawks money line. The odds for this are plus 1193.
You put $10 in to win
119.34.
And I'm riding that. I love that parlay. I think those are some great underdogs to pick this week. So definitely be riding with that. And then, of course, we have our lock spreads of the week that we're going to do before we close the show out with our predictions. So, boys, Blake, I'm going to start with you. Give us your lock this week.
So my lock of the week, do we have the banner up here? Boom. Steelers +4. I am so confident on the Steelers. Okay, let's rewind a second. I said that the Bears are my lock of the week. I put the Blake guarantee on it. I'm retiring the Blake guarantee, but for only the Bears because the Steelers are no doubt winning this football game. I would even sprinkle some on the money line here because right now the Steelers, I think, have the best run defense in the league. Look at what they've done to Saquon Barkley, to Derrick Henry. They've really
there's no Mark Ingram today too.
Yeah, and there's no Mark Ingram. And we see what happens when the Ravens can't run the ball effectively. They're forced to play from behind. They're forced to throw the ball more than they like to, and they lose those games. You saw it against the Titans in the playoffs. You saw it against the Chiefs this year. So I think this is the Steelers' game. They're undefeated. They're looking to bounce back. They want to take back that AFC North title after the Ravens won it last year. So I love the Steelers in this game. I think you can even get the money line. They're the underdog in that game, which is crazy to me. But yeah, Steelers all day today, baby.
I don't know how this isn't a primetime game, but yes, this is going to be probably the game of the day. It's going to be a great one to watch. All right, my lock of the week. I think this is criminal to the Bills, even though they've been stinking lately. But I've got the Bills -4 against the Patriots. I love Cam Newton. I'm always a Cam fan, but he is not doing well in that offense right now. The Patriots are without N'Keal Harry and Julian Edelman today. Cam has no one to throw to. So I think this is going to be a blowout. I like Bills -4 against the Patriots. Never thought I'd be saying that. 2020, what a year. All right, Ryan, what you got?
My lock of the week is San Francisco +2.5. I just think that San Francisco's a very well-coached team. So are the Seahawks, but the Seahawks, their defense is not very good. And the offense for San Francisco, from everything that I've been doing this week, as far as stats, like I haven't watched the 49ers a lot this year, but stats-wise, they check out. I think this is an easy lock of the week, and it's also part of my parlay that I talked about earlier. So, yeah, I think I've got the Niners over the Seahawks this week, boys.
All right, I love it. All right, fellas, it's that time. It's our Bears Saints predictions as we get you guys ready for Week 8. And also, don't forget, as you guys are tuning in here, we are going to have a post-game show after the Bears game, like we always do, quick 25, 30-minute post-game reactions. But we're also doing a quick halftime show, about 10 to 15 minutes, so you guys don't have to listen to the boring halftime shows, listen to them talk about how shitty the Bears offense is. We got a special guest coming in to show us one of the sickest Bears man caves we've ever seen, and he's going to be coming in for our halftime show. So make sure you guys tune in for that. But all right, my prediction, I'll start it off. Bears 17, Saints 14. I think the only way the Bears win this game is if they hold the Saints to under 20 points. I think the Bears will be able to maybe move the ball a little bit on spurts. But I like the Bears to win 17-14, maybe a Cairo Santos game-winning field goal. But I like to see the Bears win this game in a low-scoring affair. Bears 17, Saints 14. Blake, I don't want to ask, but what do you got?
Saints 24, Bears 10. Like I've said from the beginning of the show on. Oh,
that's not it.
There we go. Blake 24. Bears 24, Saints 10. Last week I had some real concerns about the way the Rams were able to run the ball. It was creative. They got things going. They used play action. I can see Sean Payton doing a lot of the same things. They negate the Bears' strengths on defense with their quick hit passing game. And that worries me. And I think they're going to just try and dominate this game on the ground with Latavius Murray and Alvin Kamara. And let's go. It's about that time. It's about that time, baby. But this is a really tough matchup for the Bears. And I'm going with Sean Payton's coaching ability over Matt Nagy's coaching ability.
Boo, but that is very realistic take, but boo. All right, Ryan, take it away with your fantastic predictions each week.
So, boys, Bears 642, Saints 6. I know the Bears haven't been looking very good lately, but the Bears are back. It's bear weather. Cole Kmet tweeted bear weather. Bear the fuck down, boys. We're going to win today. Bears are going to be, what's our record again? 5-2.
5-2. Come on, we're going for 6-2
by the end of the
today.
week, boys. If we can win this game, then we're going to make the playoffs pretty certainly. So, bear down.
Before we close it out here, there's a Bears quarterback that's back today because he's just getting the nod. I just got the alert. Mike Glennon is starting for the Jaguars today.
Oh, the giraffe, baby.
The giraffe. He's back.
Holy shit.
He's all the way
who are
back.
they playing?
The Texans.
I might hammer the Texans.
Shit fest
I might hammer the Texans on that game. Holy shit. All right. Before we close it out here, guys, thanks for tuning in. Again, we're going to be here at halftime again and then a post-game show. But before we do, we're going to let you guys know about our sponsor, Manscaped. The show has been sponsored by Manscaped. You guys see the bottom of the screen here. What's going on? Use Bears Back to get 20% off and free shipping. Ryan, take it away. What we got for Bears Back code?
Autumn is in the air, and Manscaped is here to ensure you don't carve your pumpkins when you're grooming. By pumpkins, we actually mean your boys downstairs. In fact, Manscaped is on a mission to change the way you approach caring for your balls. And great news, they just released their products in the UK, Canada, and Australia. I know the whole countries are tuning in here, so welcome UK, Canada, and Australia. You have Manscaped products in your countries now. So I've been loving my the Weed Whacker has been my MVP of my Manscaped kit. Got nose hairs that have been growing in, giving me a little itchy. The allergy season, sinuses. Just get that bad boy in there.
How about
bada
the
bing, bada boom.
lawnmower? The
Look at that
lawnmower.
light, bro. Look at that light.
Austin's prepared over here.
Oh, you
It'll
know I
provide
have
you
all
light
that
in the
shit.
dark.
You guys can even get like a nice little travel bag too. It's fantastic. There's just some awesome shit. You can also get a pack. If you guys are doing holiday shopping, you can get a pack and come with this really cool, comes in this really cool box. So holiday shopping, you can get all your holiday shopping in one spot here. Again, it's Bears Back. Code all caps, 20% off, free shipping. You guys know what it is.
Big shout out to the Crop Reviver and the ball deodorant, and they are vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, and paraben-free. So you know your manhood is in good hands. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code BearsBack. 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with code BearsBack. Make your balls a priority this fall.
Change the way you manscape your man parts. Bears Back, your ball should be back too. Use code Bears Back, 20% off, free shipping. Make sure you guys check it out. Christmas is here, and it's a very easy place to do your holiday shopping. All right, guys, that's our show. We'll see you at halftime. We'll be rocking at halftime with a special guest. Make sure you guys tune in. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, as we always are. And then we'll be back post-game to share our reactions. You guys can either join us to rant or join us to celebrate a great win. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys at halftime. Bear down, go Bears, and we'll catch you in a little bit.
Bears.